Yeah. Start your engines. Let's do this last lap show thing again. Good evening, everyone. Monday evening again. A little cloudy outside right now, but that's kind of how it's going to be, for the next week or so. We are expecting clouds throughout the entire week, the weekend even. We're not complaining because we need the rain, man, if we ever need the rain. Ground is very, very dry, and we need some assistance pretty bad with that. But it's just going to be one of those kind of dreary weeks, and if you don't like the cloudy, dreary kinds of days, well, sorry about your luck on this one. You're going to be loaded with them for the next at least 5 or 6 days, as we have chances of rain all the way throughout into the weekend. So hopefully it's going to hold off so we can get some racing in. We could use the rain on the off racing days. How's that sound? We get the racing in, then it can rain again, then we'll get some more racing in, and then it can rain again. Sounds like a plan, right? Hey, Darren with you, of course. Thanks for coming along, joining me on the on-the-go lock and key last lap show. I am so excited to do this every Monday, and boy, a big thanks to each and every one of you for joining me every Monday as well. Don't forget, if you're listening to this show on the airwaves of Iowa's favorite country, K97, and or you're listening on one of our audio streams, and believe me, we are everywhere audio stream-wise. We are on, of course, our website, yourfortdodge.com. We are on the free iHeartRadio app. We are on the free Odyssey app, which is radio.com. We're on the free TuneIn Radio app. We are just everywhere, just absolutely everywhere on the audio side. Also, you can join in and watch us on our video stream, Alpha Fort Dodge video stream. All you got to do is jump on our Facebook page, Iowa's favorite country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page, which is DARREN on Facebook. And you can join us and watch that as well. Big thanks to all of our sponsors making this show possible every Monday night. Of course, my good friend Mitch and On The Go Lock and Key, they are the title sponsor. Mitch has got a great business going on, so anything you need key fob-wise, key-wise, he's your man, to say the very least. On The Go Lock and Key. His office, that big red truck that you see him driving around in, it's right on the corner of our screen when you look at our logo for the last lap show, the On The Go Lock and Key last lap show. You'll see the truck. That's what Mitch's office is. So you can watch him and find him going all over town, going all over the area actually, in his truck and doing a lot of work, man. It's great business he's got going on. So big thanks to Mitch. And On The Go Lock and Key, they are our title sponsors. Let's not forget our other sponsor, Stumpy's Bar and Grill in Duncombe. Ooh, if you've not had Stumpy Bites with that sweet chili sauce, you're hurting yourself, man. You need to get to Stumpy's Bar and Grill in Duncombe. Have its fabulous tenderloins, everything you think of. Cheeseburgers are that thick, I swear. That's not a joke. Absolutely incredible. Stumpy's Party Buses, man. If you're looking to book something for the party bus side, maybe a wedding reception, maybe just to get a bunch of friends together so you don't have to drive, but yeah, you can have a great time. Stumpy's Party Bus is the way to go. And, of course, the original Snow and Mow in our area, Stump Snow and Mow as well. Make sure you contact Stumpy and his crew for anything you need when it comes to now your lawn care, of course, in the wintertime on your snow removal side. I also want to say a big thanks to all of our track sponsors. They include the historic Hamilton County Speedway. They have been a track sponsor of this show from day one. So a big thank you to Todd and Janet Staley and everybody affiliated with the Hamilton County Speedway in Webster City. Also, Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrar. Big thanks to my friends Tim and Holly Mortensen. They're so good about getting me their results as well. They email them to me every Monday morning. I got them sitting in my inbox when I get here at the studios at about 4:30. They are right there waiting for me. So big thanks to them. And, of course, great go-kart racing action every Saturday night at Poplar Grove Speedway. And we're going to give the results of that in just a few. Not to mention, man, they got a heck of a track there. They've hosted nationals several times because it is such a good track. So you check that out, Poplar Grove Speedway in Camaro. And, of course, let's not forget Sports Park Raceway right here in Fort Dodge. Big thanks to Jeff and Brian and everybody with Sports Park Raceway. And, by the way, Jeff and Brian, they gave us some tickets to give away tonight. So guess what? Right there they are. We're going to give you a chance to win a couple of tickets to the Sports Park Raceway so you can enjoy some fabulous racing right here in Fort Dodge. And I'm going to tell you how you get a chance to win those coming up in just a little bit. Now, if you want to jump on our Facebook page and or on my Darren on Air Facebook page and make your comments and have some fun with us, you can do that. I see people are commenting already. Please, as I always say, keep them respectful and respectable. And that way I don't have to delete your comment and delete you from ever being on this page again. So make sure you keep them respectful and respectable. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to be talking with our guest for tonight. The driver of the number 50 stock car, Mr. Heath Tulp, is going to be joining us. Heath is going to talk to us about his start in dirt track racing, where he hopes his racing career is going to go. Had a big win in Britt on Friday night as well. Sorry about your luck, Chad Palmer. He beat you out of that spot. And I know Heath is listening right now, laughing himself silly because it was because of Chad and his son Nash and my soon-to-be son-in-law Drake that I started calling Heath the Tulip. And so we got even with him, Heath. Don't worry about it. As Heath liked to put it, Chad got butt hurt because he got beat on Friday night in Britt's. There you go. How cool is that? I love that kind of spirit of competition that can be fun like that, where it's a good time, man. It's just a good time. Everybody's joking and is able to be friends through it all, even though the competition of the race is there. And you're friends when it's all said and done. Hey, speaking of Drake, there he is saying right out, cheater. What am I cheating, man? Cheater what? I'm not playing cards with you. Learn that the hard way. Because you are the cheater. Then he comes back and says, next time fix your hair before your victory lane picture Tulip. Oh, I see. He's talking about Tulp. Gotcha. So what are you calling me cheater for, man? You know better than that. No way. No way. All the way from Texas? Tam, what are you doing? How are you? Good to see you. I can't see you, but good to see your message from clear down in Texas. Man, Tammy and I go back a long, long way. Holy smoke. Thanks for joining us all the way from the Lone Star State, Tammy. That's way cool. Way, way cool that you're joining us from down there. How cool is that, huh? See, we're all over the place, man. I'm telling you, we are all over the world. That is really neat to see. Holy smoke. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's get started with some results from some racing that we got ahead over the last week. And, of course, we're always talking about the results of our track sponsors. And that is, again, Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrock, Sports Park Raceway here in Fort Dodge, and the historic Hamilton County Speedway in Webster City. Now, again, if you want your track to have the results on the go lock and key last lap show, I am glad to do it. Just talk to the promoter of that track, have them get in touch with one of our sales department, one of our marketing department here at our studios. Phone number 515-955-5656. Have them ask for Chris Ball. She is our director of sales. Chris will get you on the next last lap show with you, and we'll get your results on as well. So if you want your results from whatever track it may be, I'm not going to start naming tracks because you know which ones are not being read here. You can go ahead and talk to them if you want and say, hey, we need to get your results on the go lock and key last lap show on Iowa's favorite country, K97. And again, 515-955-5656. Just ask for Chris Ball. She'll get you hooked up so you can be a track sponsor here for this show as well. But let's start with Friday night, shall we? Sports Park Raceway right here in Fort Dodge. The on-the-go lock and key USRA B mods. Starting with the feature wins for that. Taking first place was Hunter Longnecker from Woodward, Iowa. Taking second was Jason Bass in the number 4 car from Fort Dodge, of course. And in the number 12 car from Webster City, Mr. Ty Griffith. He took third in that feature. Pickett Salvage, USRA Hobby Stocks from Sports Park Raceway on Friday. Taking first place was Bryce Summerfield in the number 50 car from right here in Fort Dodge. Taking second in the number 8 car, Jeremy Crimmins from right here in Fort Dodge. And taking third, Drew Bargloff from Sioux Rapids, Iowa in the number 7 car. United Plant Services, USRA Modified feature. Taking first in the number 2 car was in the 14E car was Chase Ellington. In the 5D was Devin Havlick from Waterloo. Chase, by the way, from Iowa Falls. And taking third in the number 1 car. I'm trying to read what these numbers are here. Taking first or third in the number 1 car, the wild one, Greg Elliott from Webster City, and my old buddy there. Good job. Well, wild one, way to go, man. In the Marsh Concrete USRA stock cars, taking first was Parker Schlegel from Eagle Grove. Miles McHale from Fort Dodge taking second, and Jeff Lyon from Dunkham in the 59 taking third. And in the Matt's Tire Service USRA Tuners from Sports Park Raceway Friday night, taking first in the 43 was Jade Lang from Humboldt. Taking second in the 18 was Colton Ransom from Odebolt. And taking third in the 10B, Brianna Aids from Rippey, Iowa. Some great racing action always at Sports Park Raceway. And don't forget, in a little bit, I'm going to tell you how you can win a couple of tickets to Sports Park Raceway. So you can go watch some great racing right here in Fort Dodge. Let's move on to Saturday. Again, this is great go-kart racing with Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrock. Big thanks once again to Tim and Holly Mortensen for getting me these results like they do. Absolutely fantastic. Starting off with the senior clone, we've got taking first in that was Trent Murphy from Jefferson in the number 25. Taking second was Matt Webb from Des Moines. They get people from all over, man. from Des Moines in the 51X, and taking third was Michael Murphy from Jefferson in the number 2. In the Junior 2 clone, Taylor Conklin owned that one from Dow's. So way to go, Taylor, in the 4T car. Let me get my fingers to work here so we can get these papers separated. Moving on to the Junior 1 clone. Taking first was Sully Buck in the number 67. Taking second was Kyron Kelly from Lansboro, Iowa. Sully Buck, by the way, from Forest City, Iowa. Kyron Kelly from Lansboro, Iowa, taking second in the 92. And Rylan Bernard from Webster City in the 31, taking third. And Zachary Conklin from Dow's, taking fourth in the 4Z car. That from Poplar Grove Speedway in camera. I cannot get my old Irish fingers to work here. Let's move on to this one. The Cadet Wing from Poplar Grove Speedway in camera Saturday night. Taken first was Ryder Murphy from Jefferson, Iowa in the 25 RM. Second was Walker Overture from Hedrick, Iowa in the number 26 car. And taken third from Des Moines was Hudson Webb. That in the Cadet Wing at Poplar Grove Speedway. In the restricted box stock, owning that one was Ryder Murphy from Jefferson, Iowa in the 25 RM car. So way to go. Moving on to the intermediate wing. Again, from Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrar on Saturday night, it was Janelle Saffel from Lacona, Iowa in the number 49, taking first. Anthony Gusford from Des Moines in the 17, taking second. And Haley Allen in the number 26 from Knoxville. Great racing in Knoxville, always, right? Taking third. Moving on to, from Poplar Grove Speedway Saturday night, the Builders prepared. It was Aiden Langgang. There we go. Sorry, Aiden. Didn't mean to butcher your name. From Coat Valley, Illinois, the number 18 taking first. Caden Rice from Bondurant, Iowa, in the 69 taking second. And Kinsley Sly from Altoona, Iowa, in the 48K taking third. Say they get drivers from all over. I'm telling you, great track at Poplar Grove Speedway. Moving on to the Race What You Bring. They had some great entries in that. Justin Hoverstein from Radcliffe, Iowa, taking first in the 11 car. Al Johnson from Story City in the 8 car taking second. And Kendra Hoverstein from Radcliffe, Iowa in the number 12 taking third. In the kid carts, Rhett Spolstra from Linville, Iowa in the 57 owned that class. So way to go, Rhett. Love that name, by the way. And let's move on to the adult wing. It was Caden Arpey from Indianola in the number 16 taking first, and Max Allen in the number 33 from Urbandale taking second. Then we got the putt-putts from Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrar. We had a couple of features in this. Actually had 4 different features, man. That's a big class and a big race. Starting off with the A feature, it was Henry Arnold from Stanhope in the 72 taking first, Gannon Heimbaugh from Des Moines in the number 9 taking second, and Asia Mortensen from Blairsburg in the A1 taking third. Way to go in the second feature, feature 2 in the putt-putt class. It was Ace Wolfgram from Boone in the 78 taking first, Hudson Webb in the 51X from Des Moines taking second, and Rhett Mortensen, love that name, from Blairsburg in the 43 taking third. To Rhett because of Thomas Rhett, country. Anyway, and then moving on to the feature 3 in the putt-putt class, it was Braxton Perkins from Dallas Center, Iowa in the 99 taking first, Jackson Thompson in the 15T from Williams taking second, and Carson Keene from Williams in the 14K taking third. And in the feature 4 from the putt-putt class, it was Beckett Claver from Woolstock in the 15 owning that class. And rounding out the results from Poplar Grove Speedway from Saturday night, the Central Iowa Predator Kart Racing. Taking first was Wade Toombs from Algona in the 55. Jeremy Heimbaugh in the 04 from Mitchellville, Iowa took second. And Andrew Bunce from West Des Moines in the 15 took third. So as you can see, great go-kart racing action at Poplar Grove Speedway in Camera. I'll tell you what, if you have not been out to check that out, again, they've had nationals there several times. You absolutely need to do that because that is just fantastic racing action. And if that's where you want to start as a kid, maybe as an adult, if that's the kind of racing you want to do, definitely a great place to do it is Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrar. So make sure you get the family out for that on a Saturday night. Moving on to the historic Hamilton County Speedway from Saturday night, it was Kids Night. They got that in. It was rained out a week ago. Got it in this week, starting with the Olson family USRA Modifieds. In the Summit Racing Equipment A main, the taken first was Joel Rust from Grundy Center in the 26J. Kyle Brown from Madrid took second in the 21K. And J.D. Oringer from Waterloo in the 00J took third. Seneca Foundry USRA Stock Cars feature. It was Derek Green taking the checkered flag in the 32. He's from Grenada, Minnesota. Steve Meyer from Grundy Center, Iowa in the 94 taking second. And Fort Dodge's own Miles McHale in the 21 taking third. Moving on to the Stein Heating and Cooling USRA B mods. Taking first was Webster City's own Ty Griffith in the 56. Jared Ballmeister from Waseca, Minnesota in the 81 taking second. And Josh Appel from Garner, Iowa in the 65J taking third. Diamond in the Rough, USRA Hobby Stocks from Hamilton County Speedway Saturday night. Scott Doble from Manly, Iowa in the 83 taking first. It was Zach Smith from Mason City, Iowa in the 81 taking second. And Jeremy Crimmins, Fort Dodge's own, from Fort Dodge, obviously, in the number 15 taking third. And moving on to the My Race Pass USRA Tuners from Hamilton County Speedway Saturday night, it was Jade Lang taking the checker from Humboldt in the 43 car, and Mark Waston from Humboldt also in the 04 car taking third. So there are our results from the tracks around our area that are sponsors of this show, and big thank you to them for making that happen. Big thank you also for getting their results to us. Another one of our great sponsors as well is the Webster County Figure Eights and the Webster County Fairgrounds. They are another, I forgot to mention them when I mentioned our sponsors earlier, my apologies. The Webster County Fairgrounds, so big sponsors of this show. Big sponsors of us in general. They do a lot with us. And, of course, we will be out there for the fair this year. Looking forward to that because we didn't have a fair last year, right? We had nothing last year from anywhere. Do want to let you know, though, they do have their test and tune with the Webster County Figure Eights going on this Saturday. Now, grandstands will not be open for spectators. This is for drivers and crews to practice and test and tune to check out the new track as well. Now, pit gates will be open at noon. Test and tune will be 2 to 5-ish. $10 pit passes is what it will cost. Drivers' names, everyone that show up goes into a bucket then that come to the test and tune. At the end of all the track sessions, 4 names out of the bucket will be drawn. Those 4 drivers will receive $5 off their pit pass for the first scheduled race of 2021, which is set for next Saturday. Make that 2 Saturdays down, May the 29th at 7 o'clock. Again, with the Webster County Figure Eight. So again, test and tune is going to be going on this Saturday on the 22nd. Following Saturday will be the opening race night, again, for the Webster County Figure Eights. And a big thank you to them for getting me that information as well. And let's not forget, back to Sports Park Raceway, going on this Saturday night. It is the best when it comes to crash 'em up, smash 'em up, bash 'em up, demolition derby. 448 Promotions and Sports Park Raceway got their big demolition derby going on this Saturday night. It starts at 5 p.m. That's when everything opens up, featuring 4 classes of destruction. Plus, they have kids' power wheels going on. All this made possible by, of course, Sports Park Raceway, 448 Promotions, and On the Go Lock and Key. My man Mitcher, yeah, my man Mitch, making that possible. So if you want to get out for some great demolition derby action, this Saturday would be the time to do it at the Sports Park Raceway. You can go catch some great racing action at Sports Park Raceway on Friday, catch some great demolition derby action on Saturday. Make it a weekend at Sports Park Raceway right here in Fort Dodge. Whoo, a lot of things to talk about, as I said. And we got a lot of great things yet to talk about because Heath Tulp going to be joining us in just a little bit. He is our guest tonight, the driver of the number 50 stock car. And again, he had a big win on Friday night in Britt. So a big thank you to him for taking the time out. When I just got to talk to him a little bit ago, he said, I'm going to go back and work on the car until it's time for us to be on. So that's what he's doing. Hey, once again, we already saw Drake say that. Drake, Tulp is the cheater. Gotcha. I figured that one out. Hello from Clarion. Hey, Richard. Hello from Clarion. Kitty says hello. Well, hello, Kitty. Good to see you as well. Again, if you want to go ahead and comment on our video page, our Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, go ahead and do that. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to do that because here's why. I'm going to have 2 people, 2 winners, each get 2 tickets to Sports Park Raceway. Can you see those? Here's all I want you to do. I want you to comment on our video Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page. I want you to comment if you could drive any driver's car, past or present, any class, NASCAR on down to RC car. I don't care. I mean, of course, you can't drive your own RC car, but you can, just not sit in it. If you could drive anybody's car, whose car would you want to drive? If you want to be any kind of, and you don't have to be a driver to take part in this. If you in your mind think, man, I'd love to have driven Dale Earnhardt's car. I would love to have driven Bobby Labonte's car. I would love to have driven Bobby Labonte's car. If you want to drive Mark Elliott's car or or Chad Palmer's or Heath Tulp's or whoever's it may be, go ahead and comment, because again, at the end of the show, 2 winners are going to be randomly chosen from all the people that comment, and those 2 winners are going to get 2 tickets to the Sports Park Raceway, so you can enjoy some great racing. These are one-night passes, but pick a night anytime through the season. This will save your admission right here. So again, go ahead and comment if you could drive anybody's car, past or present, any class, NASCAR all the way to the smaller level, whatever it may be. I don't want to say lowest level because that's not correct. Smaller level, whatever it may be. Whose car would you want to drive? Go ahead and comment again on our Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page as well. We're going to take a break on the on-the-go lock and key last lap show. When we come back, we're going to talk with the Tulip. That's right. Heath Tulp is going to be joining us right here. Appreciate him taking time out of his busy schedule to do that. Stay with us right here on the on-the-go lock and key last lap show. It's only on Iowa's Favorite Country, K97.
Yeah, I really love what you guys do.
25 minutes before we hit the top of the hour, 25 minutes left on the on-the-go lock and key last lap show for another Monday night. Hey, again, I do want to say a big thanks to all of our sponsors and all of our viewers and listeners who make this show a success every single week, make it the best show about racing and all of broadcasting. Don't forget right now, got on the line, got to have two winners, two tickets each to the Sports Park Raceway. Now, again, these are single night tickets, but any night you decide, hey, I think I'm going to go and I'll save some money doing it, this is the way to do it. All you got to do is comment if you're watching our video feed on our Alpha Fort Dodge Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page. Comment if you could drive anybody's car, anybody's, past, present, NASCAR, all the way down to RC car. If you could drive anybody's car, I see my man Booger, he commented that he'd like to drive Jacob Bruceman's Demolition Derby car. Absolutely, man. Why not? Go ahead and comment if you could drive anybody's car, who would it be? Because I'm going to randomly select two winners of two tickets each to Sports Park Raceway to get a big thanks to Jeff and Brian from Sports Park Raceway for giving us these tickets to give away to you tonight on the on-the-go lock and key last lap show. Also, one thing I want to mention, if somebody can contact me on Facebook after the show, just drop me a message. I'll get it first thing tomorrow morning when I come in to do my morning show. Give me some information on the Bob Flaws Jr. Memorial race that's going on. I would like to get somebody from that race on my morning show this week, since we didn't get a lot of chance to talk to them about it on this show tonight. I do want to get them on my morning show if possible this week, and we can talk about the Bob Flaws Jr. Memorial race going on. So if you know of somebody who can contact me on Facebook, just look me up on Facebook or go to Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, and drop me an inbox email in there. I will get back to you, and we'll see if we can set something up, because I think that's fantastic. They're doing a memorial race for one of the legends and Hall of Famers of the Hamilton County Speedway and racing in general. So let's make sure that we give them some attention, that we can, all the attention that we can possibly give them. Well, let's get moving on to our guest for tonight, because there he is. He's been working on the car. He's ready to go. He is the Tulip. He is Heath. Heath, I tell you what, first off, good evening, brother. Thanks for taking time to be on with me tonight.
Well, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Any volume out of you, man. Not this again. You got your volume on, brother?
Well, I think so.
Everything's showing me I got speaker on.
Hear me?
There it is. Oh, there it is. Whatever you did works.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, my man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, anytime, brother. Anytime. I'm thrilled to have you on, and I understand that you were excited last year at down at Boone at Nationals that you got a chance to drink a beer with the daughter of Darren in the morning, and I think that's just pretty cool.
She's just like, yeah, you know my dad. I'm like, no, I don't know your dad. She goes, well, he's the guy that 96.9. I'm like, Darren's your dad? Oh my God, you're my new favorite. Drake is not my favorite anymore. You're my favorite.
Drake should have never been your favorite to begin with, man. There's
no, he really wasn't. He really was.
Well, I'm highly flattered, my brother. Thank you so much for that. I was going to say, by calling you the Tulip, first off, I would say you need to get even here tonight. But by golly, you took first on Friday night, so I think you already set the stage, and you already gotten way ahead, not just even, right?
Well, Chad did pass me, and I thought I was done for. So I really thought, I'm like, man, I'm going to get third again or second again. This is not what I wanted to do, and it kind of worked out in our favor. So that's it. I'll take it. It
worked out well, my man. And don't knock the name Tulip, because I don't know if you know this or not, but there was a movie called The Whole Nine Yards starring Bruce Willis. And Bruce Willis played a mafia hitman named Jimmy the Tulip Tedeschi. And he was a bad A, man. He was a bad donkey. So
I did not know that.
The Tulip is not a bad name, all right? Anybody gives you grief, you refer to that movie and say, okay, this guy was a hitman.
Well, it's really just going to be Drake. So, I mean, I can take him out. He's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, he's not. And he's become a little more relaxed and moderate now that he's got his daughter, my granddaughter.
He's going to have to. And I've warned him about that. I said, just, everything's all groovy and great until you start having kids. Then things starts kind of slowing down a little bit.
Yep. He's changed his first diaper, so he knows what life's all about now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Those beginning ones are the worst. It's like after that, it's like, all right, these are a lot better.
Well, you get used to it after a while, but boy, that first time was sent. You're like, oh my goodness, how did that little thing do that? But anyway, let's talk about you, my brother, because big win Friday night in Britt. And by the way, I got to say, last week I had Chad Palmer on, and I wore purple headphones in honor of his primarily purple car, right? I didn't forget about you. I've got my orange Yeti right here because of your orange car that I'm drinking out of tonight. So I got you covered, my man. We got a little due respect to you tonight, all right?
Well, perfect. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Even though the front of your car kind of looks like the front of Santa Claus's sleigh, but don't let that throw you.
Long story short, they didn't have a white nose piece, and I had to do something. I was getting it wrapped, man.
So you had to go with Rudolph.
Red one, and it kind of sucked. So I don't know.
Guess who pointed that out to me? Once you sent me the picture of your car, guess who pointed that out to me right away? Couldn't even wait for me to open the email of the picture of your car. And he goes, yeah, it looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He's got this big red front on it.
The bad part is now I'm going to have to pretty much just have a red nose for the rest of my life. So it's just.
Absolutely. Make it your trademark.
Well, and the bad part was, so I was sitting there. I'm like, I wanted a white nose. They couldn't get it. They're national back order. And I'm like, all right. So I look at my 5-year-old. I said, hey, what color do you want our nose to be? And he goes, red. I go, boy, that's going to look bad. And then we got it on and actually looked pretty good. So I'm depends on who you ask. If you ask anybody else, they go, well, geez, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. But I don't know. It's wearing on me a little bit.
Dude, I wouldn't knock it. Red and orange normally are kind of clashing colors. But I'll tell you what, looking at the picture of your car, kind of sitting right there with a little bit of Iowa snow underneath it, it looks really sharp.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we saw it in the garage and we're like, man, this looks good. And let's get it out in the sunlight. And we finally got an opportunity to do that. And I go, man, this thing just, it sticks out pretty well. So that was the biggest thing is everybody kept telling me, they go, you need a car that sticks out. I'm like, well, if this doesn't stick out, I don't know what's going to.
Heath, I think you found your trademark, man. I really do. Because from now on, when people see Rudolph coming up behind them, they're going to know that they better hit the gas or get out of the way.
Well, everybody gets lucky every now and then. So it is what it is. So
well, let's get into your career, my brother. How did you get started in dirt track racing? What made you decide you wanted to climb behind the wheel of a car?
Oh man, so when I was like 3 years old, we'd always go to the Wright County Speedway in between Belmont and Clarion. Mm-hmm. And my dad was a flag man. So we'd always go there and watch him flag. We'd sneak up into the flag stand. If anybody remembers Wright County Speedway, they always had like 30 foot in between the track and the stands that when they did their parade lap, they'd come up actually into the stands and drive through the stands and then drive back down onto the track. And I just thought that was the absolute coolest thing in the world. And we went there. At my time, it was Friday nights, but we'd go there every Friday night after school. It was like that was our biggest thing is Friday night would show up, and it's like, all right, I know where we're going. We're going to the races, and Dad would flag, so we'd sneak up into the flag stand. We'd hang out with all the other flag guys, and then when Dad turned around, he would get your butt back to the stands, And the bad thing was Mom allowed us to go, so. That was how we kind of got into it. Then they ended up closing down, I think, in '95. And that's when they opened up the Britt track. And so we kind of got out of it for a while. And then my dad started working for Paint, Plumbing, and Heating up in Mason City. And came home one day and he goes, hey, I'm working with a guy that races stock cars. I'm going to go help him. And didn't really think anything of it. And a few weeks later, Dad asked me if I wanted to go, and I was the only one that was really interested. My brothers are all interested in it now, but back then I thought it was just the coolest thing ever. And so we got to go, and I'll never forget it. I mean, his name was Craig Gray, and probably one of the best stock car legends in Iowa. He won the race that night. I got to go down and take a picture with him, and we went down and talked to him afterwards. And he goes, if you want to get in the car, you can get in the car. And I mean, shoot, man, I was seven years old. I mean, you're top of a mountain, and right from there on out, I mean, I pushed my dad to go to the races, and when I was about 12 years old, and I'm like, Dad, you know, I want to get into racing, go-karts or anything like that. And had a family friend that lived literally a block away from me, Zach Smith. His grandpa was selling his car, and my dad said, you know, if you want to go racing, you're going to have to ask him. You know, I'm 12, 13 years old, and I'm like, all right, you know, it's kind of cool, but you know, 6 o'clock, I woke up, went weightlifting, found him afterwards, and asked him if I could take the car. And I mean, there was no hesitation, nothing. He goes, I'll have the car ready for you on Friday, and Saturday you can go racing Algona. And we ended up starting like 27th that night and finished 7th. And
Wow.
My dad told me, he goes, you got out of that car, and I knew I was in deep trouble because you had a smile from ear to ear. And I go, yeah. So we ended up buying that car about a week later for like $3,800 turnkey. I mean, that's cheap around here. You know, back then it was a lot of money, but at the same time, it was, you know, we started racing. We ran that car all the way up till 2012 and won a lot of races with it. And I guess it was just history from there. So
fantastic, man. So stock car, obviously your favorite class then. I mean, at least at this point. So are you looking to maybe at least try another class? You know, stock car, you know better than I do, Heath, is, no offense to the other classes, but kind of the fan favorite, you know, because it's old school Iowa dirt track racing is what it is. And it's cool.
I mean, we got into stock cars in 2013, and that was a class I really wanted to go to because I felt like that was the most competitive class, most racy class, and I still feel like that today. Modifieds, don't get me wrong, they got a lot of great shows. Weekly shows, I mean, it shows who's got the best of the best. You know, they're usually out front. Stock cars any given night. I think every night this year in Britt, we've had a different winner every night. You know, Jeremy Mills has pretty much dominated the modifieds in Britt, and you know, I'd like to say I'd like to go up to a modified just to try it. You know, maybe a late model or something like that, but financially wise, I mean, that's just something that we just can't feasibly do. Stock cars, like, again, I say it's a fun class. The competition's tough. I mean, just tough. And you can't really bash the class no matter where you go. I mean, there's places that you can go and, you know, one guy's dominant, and then you start having people that show up, and then you can get a good competition between the whole field. And you know, it'd be fun to move up, but right now I'm pretty content and pretty happy with the stock car class. You know, if something came up and somebody said, hey, you know, I got a modified, do you want to try it out? I'm not going to say no. I mean, any racer would never say no. But it's right now we own our car, and we do all the maintenance and everything to it. So it's kind of satisfying when you can go out and win a race. So,
well, and dude, you got the red nose now. You can't put that on a modified and have it look the same, you know.
They can still make a red nose for it now.
That's fantastic. I mean, you know, get yourself up to the stock class. You're comfortable there. Very, very popular class. Very competitive, as you said. And you know, you hit the nail on the head. You can go to about any track, and you get other stock car drivers starting to show up because one person may be dominant. All of a sudden, that track is about as competitive as you can get as well. So now I know you race Britt, Hancock County. You go up to Algona and race up at Kossuth County as well. Any other locations you go to race at?
We went to Marshalltown at the beginning of the year. I know with some unfortunate circumstances, Britt's canceled for the next 3 weeks. So we're actually getting the car ready right now to get ready for Marshalltown. I'd love to go to Fort Dodge. I mean, you know, that's a place that I went to one time in 2010 just to practice, and I've never gone back, and I don't know why. But it's just, you know, Friday nights being 10 minutes away from Britt, it's kind of hard not to go. But now that things have kind of opened up a little bit, I think we're going to try to go to different places just to you know, expanding our horizon. You know, I've been to Marshalltown a couple times in the hobby stock back in 2011, but you know, going back, you know, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, that was the first time in a stock car, and I felt like we did pretty good. Led the feature for a little bit, and car just kind of went away. I think we got that figured out now. So it'd be fun to go back and see how we stack up. You know, you got the Murdy boys down there. You got a class of field down there that is none other. And the nice thing is they got a racy track. I mean, you can go high to low. You know, the best part is Britt this year has been such a racy track that, you know, we've gotten 2/3, 1 second, and a first place. I mean, and we didn't start up front every single one of those nights. So it's been a racy track. That's why it's unfortunate that they're gonna cancel the next 3 weeks. Is I feel like we could have got some cars there and made a good showing. But car count's been down, and it sucks because the track's been really good. So you know, to kind of expand our horizon, maybe go to Boone a couple times and just kind of go from there. Whatever my wife's going to allow me to do is.
You know who the boss is, man. That's what makes you successful in your marriage, right there.
Yeah. I got the wife and 2 kids. They now that I work, get to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's hard to spend much time with the wife and kids. Is you know, like tonight working on the race car. I won't see them till tomorrow night, and that'll be the first time since yesterday that I've got to see them. But it takes a lot of people to be successful. And I wouldn't say that I'm very successful. I'm fortunate to be in the spot of being in that position to be successsul. So it takes a lot of work from my parents, my wife, my boys, from missing me, and my crew and everybody. I mean, it's not just a one-man show. It's a group of people. It's a family. I mean, everybody says racing's a family sport, and that's exactly right.
Absolutely. Well, Heath, I'll tell you what, we're going to take just a quick break. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to think about the other people to help you get your car on the track, and that is your sponsors. So we're going to give them some love and have you mention them here in just a couple of seconds as well. But you mentioned the most important, your family and your wife and kids, and to say the very least, a good job on that. But when we come back on the On-the-Go Lock and Key Last Lap Show, we're going to close it out for a night. Don't forget, go ahead and keep commenting on our Iowa's Favorite Country K97 Facebook page and my Darren on Air Facebook page. Again, if you could drive anybody's car, past or present, NASCAR to whichever class you want to go to, whose car would it be? And again, randomly after the show, 2 winners are going to get selected for 2 tickets each to the Sports Park Raceway. Again, a big thanks to Jeff and Brian for making these available to you tonight, so we can give to a couple of people. Again, single night passes, but if one night during the season you go, hey, I got these passes, I got to use these, great. Sports Park Raceway waiting for you every Friday night. And don't forget they got the Demolition Derby going on this Saturday night as well. When we come back, though, we're going to finish up with Heath Tulp and close out another broadcast lap, as we like to call it, right here on the On-the-Go Lock and Key Last Lap Show. Stay right here on Iowa's Favorite Country, K97. Got about 5 minutes left on the on-the-go lock and key last lap show for tonight. Heath Tulp has been our guest driver of the number 50 stock car. Heath, I got to ask you before we get to your sponsors, what's the best ride of the day?
Well, K97, that's for sure. Especially what you want to hear Wednesdays.
Oh, you love what you want to hear Wednesdays. That's my boy right there. Absolutely. The morning train, absolutely. And what you want to hear Wednesdays coming up this Wednesday, of course. Heath, let's talk about the other people that help you put your car on the track every single week, whether you come out unscathed or you got some damage to the car, some things need to be replaced. They're right there for you, and that is your sponsors. So best as you can, try and remember and list all the sponsors you got on that stock car number 50 there.
Yeah, well, my dad, obviously, H&K Plumbing and Heating here in Belmont. My dad's pretty much sacrificed a lot for me to do this for the last 17 years. So first and foremost, him. But we got a lot. I mean, I might have to take you around just so that way I can read them all. But
absolutely.
Ewing Funeral Home here in Belmont. They've been helping us out for the last few years. They've been a great sponsor. Apple Valley Assisted Living in Clear Lake. Ross Snow Removal and Britt. Cletus Kurt Moore, he's the man. He used to be a tow truck guy. He's been around racing his whole life. So he's been a pretty good sponsor of ours. My uncle, HRT General Repair. My in-laws, the Lodens. Brian and Kathy Whipple with Smoking Whips Barbecue and Kathy's Photo. Shoneman Realtors. They came on a few years ago, and they've been a huge supporter of us. Cannot thank them guys enough for all they do for us. LaVille by Lindsay, True Value, Bucks Recycling, Johnson Farms, Mark's Muscle Shakes. He's a buddy of mine who helps us out every week. Duran Installs. They came on this year, so I was pretty excited about getting him on. Grammy Construction in Garner, Plum Supply Company, Britt Bar and Grill in Britt. Mojo Productions, they're in Britt. They do our race party every year, and they do a fantastic job. So if you guys need anything, I'm sure they've been in Fort Dodge many times. Everett Farms, Bev Everett, Stout 5 Incorporated out of Clarion, MT Shearing, Cleaning Solutions out of Garner. God, who else? I think that's about it. Take that back. I got to look at my roof. MPB Construction, Jerry's Place, John and Heather Matthias. They've helped support us for a few years now and been doing great. So yeah, I mean we got a lot of great sponsors, and we got a lot of great people that support us and help us out. And it's been really a blessing. So.
Absolutely. How about your crew, man? I know you mentioned the wife and kids and mom and dad, but how about the crew itself? The guys that that help you once get you on the track, get you off the track.
Yeah, my dad. I mean, he's kind of the number one guy, and he's been there for us for obviously 17 years, and he rarely misses a race. My brother Holden, he's been helping for quite a few years, and my brother Kyle, I kind of got him convinced into coming and help us out with our racing videos and stuff like that. So he's really been doing our video side of doing the in-car cameras. My buddy Mark, he's been helping for quite a few years. Got a new guy this year. He's been a friend of mine for years, but Matt Ring, he's helped us out a lot this year. Used to race and nice to have him on here, so that way I don't have to argue with my dad about every decision that we do. So he kind of steps in there and says, well, this is how it's working, so maybe we should do that. And it kind of diffuses the situation. So, but yeah, everybody and anybody, I mean, my whole family, my sister, my brother-in-laws, my sister-in-laws, my nieces and nephews, my boys, my wife, everybody who's a part of this makes this kind of go around. So
Good job, man. Well, I know you got again that big win in Britt on Friday, and even though they're not going to be running for the next few weeks, dude, you got a lot of wins left in you, a lot of checkers yet to fly under. So keep doing what you're doing, and anything you can do to keep Drake in line as well, it's much appreciated.
I can do that.
All right, my brother. Hey, I appreciate greatly you taking time to be on tonight. Again, I know it's a busy time. Getting out and driving the car, that's kind of the fun. It's every single night leading up to it when you're putting all the work into that car. That's the time consumer and is a lot of hard work. So I know you're a busy guy. I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.
You betcha, man. We'll talk to you soon. You're welcome back anytime.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Heath. Heath Tulp, driver of the number 50 stock car. Again, big thanks to him and his family as well, because without his family supporting him like they do, he couldn't do what he does. So big thanks to them as well for giving him the time to give to me and this show to be on tonight. Very much appreciated. Hey, don't forget, up until when I sign off here in a couple of seconds, keep commenting. If you could drive anybody's car, race car, stock car, any kind of car, from NASCAR on down to whatever class you want to do, past or present, go ahead and comment, because here very, very soon I'm going to randomly select through our random selector a couple of winners. Each one is going to win a couple of tickets to Sports Park Raceway, and they're single night passes. So any night during the season you go, oh, I think I want to go. Hey, guess what? I got 2 tickets sitting in my pocket. I can go for free tonight. That's how it works. So make sure you do that. Again, a big thanks to Jeff and to Brian for giving us those tickets to pass on to you tonight. Big thanks to all of our sponsors here on the Last Lap Show, the On the Go Lock and Key Last Lap Show. Of course, my title sponsor, Mitch, my buddy, and On the Go Lock and Key. Stumpy's Bar and Grill, Stumpy's Party Buses, Stump Snow and Mow. Our track sponsors, the Hamilton County Speedway, the historic Hamilton County Speedway, Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrar, also Sports Park Raceway, not to mention the Webster County Fairgrounds and all the racing that they do as well. Lots of great things going on. Chase, I do see your number sitting there about the Bob Floss Memorial. My brother, I will get in touch with you sometime tomorrow. We'll see if we can set up a time to bring you on the morning train, or anybody you'd like, so we can talk about the Bob Floss Memorial before it gets here. We want to give that thing some definite due diligence and attention, because it deserves it. So all that going to go on later on. Tomorrow on the morning train, in case you're not familiar to it, it is what I call a Tell Me What You Think Tuesday. Fun topic we pick every week. Ask you to chime in on it on our Facebook pages, right here on Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, and my Darren on Air page. It's just a great time. Never right or wrong answer, just your opinion in a fun way. And as Heath liked to mention on Wednesday is tell me what you want to hear Wednesday, where you get to tell me what to play. It does not have to be country. It's always a lot of fun, because it's one of those old school, all request shows. I'll play just about anything. Does not have to be country. It just has to meet the 3 rules that I've got of what you want to hear Wednesday. We'll get to that as we get into tomorrow. Until then, everybody, thank you so much for taking your time to be right here with me on this show, so we can put this on the broadcast track every single Monday night. Until I get a chance to talk with you tomorrow morning on the morning train, have a great rest of your night, but do be safe, because I do need you back here with me on the morning train tomorrow morning. Without you, as I say, I'm just a dude that rides that rail all alone. And trust me when I say that is never any fun. Remember, every person you come in contact with every day and every night is fighting battles that you have no idea about. So please, everybody, be kind. God bless everybody. Have a great night.